For me, any form of social injustice is just wrong. Society should be a place where everybody is equal before the law, irrespective of your positioning, your status, your family, or your background.
Around the world, there are people who do not conform to a particular physical gender expression, and the world mostly seems to be fine with that. But here in Nigeria, there's a tendency to put people in a box, mostly by tying their sexual expression to their gender expression. My name is Arit Okpo, and today on Untold Facts, we're going to be discussing the non-conformist life with my babe, with my sweetie. How now?
Oh, good.
It is so
fabulous.
Like,
really?
I was about to say the same for you. Feisty, red-headed, gorgeous. You're just too fine for yourselves, guys. This is the one and only Boki Ofodile. She's a lifestyle curator, and I knew immediately that you were the perfect person to discuss this topic.
Yeah, I guess.
No, but you are, because you know you're very ardent about not putting people into boxes.
No.
You're not. You don't even like hearing it.
I don't understand why we insist on doing it. Let people be them.
Exactly.
You are you. No one's arguing with you about it. Why do you think you have a say on how someone else chooses to express themselves?
I know, of course, everybody knows our famous Risky Robert, aka Bobrisky.
My boy Robert.
You understand?
I have a very soft spot for him. I think he's amazing.
But he gets so much hate.
You know what? I'll tell you what I think it is. My theory is that it's more envy than hate.
Do you think so?
Let me break it down.
Okay.
He's living his authentic life. Arit, how many of us can say we're doing that?
That's true, Sha.
And
That's
it's
true.
so difficult for people to come to terms with that. Because can you imagine the amount of people who might be cross-dressers, closet anything, and they're just looking at him.
And he's just doing his thing.
And not giving a damn. And I love it. It is so beautiful to watch.
I know.
And I think it's so empowering because, I mean, sometimes he gets all emotional, which is only understandable. He's human. People are attacking you from everywhere. But what he does the next day is put on more makeup
and
slays.
Exactly.
It just gives me joy. I'm like, this is my spirit baby.
But he's
honestly,
so cute.
He is.
I don't understand this insistence on identifying him as a particular sexuality simply because of how he chooses to look. I mean, in the north of Nigeria, and I'm not even talking about the Yandauda, there are guys that wear eyeliner and so on.
The Fulanis wear eyeliner all the time. They have long curly hair, they put it up in braids, which if you were looking at them from the neck up, because I mean, they're very beautiful people.
Yes.
You know, you could, if you were looking at a Fulani, typical Fulani guy from the neck up, considering the tiro, because it's tiro that they call it, and their hair and everything, you would assume he's a girl. You can tell that he rubs people up the wrong way because I always say, how is he hurting you? He's
literally living his life. He's putting on his makeup, he's doing his hair, he's going to the spa. How is he doing you?
Exactly.
Why does it hurt people so much?
They talk about his bleach. I'm like, but he's not the only one that's bleached now. He's not the only one that's bleached. How come he's only such a matter now? And you know, I'll tell you honestly, what I particularly love about him is when he first came into the scene, you know how people went to go and dig up the old pictures of him and everything. Now he uses that constantly.
Yes,
see me before,
see me now. You know, buy my cream, and be happy.
Order your cream.
You understand? Stop it.
In fact, should be a new hashtag. When someone is hating, order your cream.
You understand?
Okay? Just order your cream and keep quiet.
No, but I love the confidence with which he, like you said, he lives his truth. And I don't know whether it's because of him or it's just the tides, but I'm seeing more and more young guys in Nigeria who want to wear makeup, full face, eyebrows flickier than my own very currently flicky eyebrows.
And your eyebrows are flicky. Can I just say? They are really flicky.
Miriam is fabulous.
So am I.
Yes, exactly.
Let's just put that out there.
Now that we have finished rubbing our egos. But you know, I see these guys, like in the supermarkets, they're walking down the aisles, full face of makeup, and they're not saying that they want to become women. They're just saying we're boys who like makeup.
And why is that a problem? We are not hurting anyone. You see, I always come down to the basis of it. Why is this a problem to you?
Why do we feel that need to box people in?
Because, you know, it helps us deal with our own insecurities, because while you're busy bashing someone, you don't have to face your own issues. I think that's what it is, because you're busy going like that person. So there's no time. You're deflecting from your issues. Look at him. He's not hurting you. It's makeup, and you know what? Even if it isn't, even if it's not makeup, even if he's whatever he is supposed to be,
just leave.
Why is that still a problem to you?
You heard about that male model that is now Mac's face?
No,
first.
it's cover girl.
Cover girl.
He's the first cover boy.
You understand? And how? I mean, he started as a teenager, and look at him now. So,
and I think he's so fabulous.
Exactly.
I mean, his cheekbones are to die for. Like, I would need a ton of highlighter to get those cheekbones. I see. Like I said, people, what they're unfamiliar with, they automatically trash. Yes, they will attack it, they will castigate it, but again and again and again, I keep on asking, why? How does this bother you? If you don't like how he looks, how about you look away? I mean, I see people that I do not find particularly attractive, and I look away.
Don't take it personally.
I don't take it personal. You know, and I love beautiful people. So if I see someone that's unattractive, I just go, I don't want to spoil my day. And that, why don't you adopt the same?
But we don't, because I think, and we're going to follow that later, that we think somehow it's up to us. But I'm also finding, I don't know about you, Boki, but there was a day on social media, I can't remember the conversation, and somebody's talking about, oh, there was this uncle I had who, you know, he used to dress like a little bit different, and everybody ignored him. We have the Yandauda in the north. We've talked about the Fulanese, who are very androgynous in their look and their expression. So it does seem like we never really used to care. This new wave of you should only be a certain way, I've always felt that colonialism has a lot to answer for. And to me, this is one of the things.
Is the Victorian sense of principles that came with colonialism that we have carried on our head? Because, you know, like now, at the risk, I'm diverting a little bit. What is white wedding? What is white wedding? From where to where? I don't understand. You know, there's a lot of things that we've taken that are so Oyibo that do not match us, and we're trying to, you know, we go on and on about our culture, but this culture we're speaking about is not really our own. It's not really
ours. And so this is one of the things that you believe we've carried on.
Yes.
And we've now decided,
the typical Oyibo, and especially British, sorry to the British people, they have a tendency to be a bit repressed.
But even now, Boki, even now, we're seeing people of all cultures becoming more fluid in their expression. A friend was telling me about a child, a teenager, who takes very much after Jaden Smith. So you know how Jaden is very androgynous in his look. He's not afraid to look a bit feminine.
And did you see the backlash that the black community gave his parents for that? You all aren't raising these kids right. We're raising our kids to wear what they feel like.
To be confident in the fact that who I am.
Whatever. Why is that such a problem? And you know, this is back to, we black people, we carry things on our head and we run with it. Because you learn some things from Oyibo people. The Oyibo people have decided that, you know what, that's not quite right. And we're going to drop it, but no, we refused.
Yes.
Because from the beginning of time, there's always been effeminate men, like you said. Always been effeminate men who weren't necessarily homosexual, but just like...
This is just how they like to...
They were called dandies. They dress nicer than the average man. They take better care of themselves, and that wasn't a problem. But now, do you realize that nowadays, that a man moisturizes his skin?
It's a big deal. Yeah, you know. And so now they have to hide it behind being metrosexual. Again.
Do you understand what they're trying to... You see, I don't know the kind of he-men that they're trying to cultivate these days.
Toxic masculinity that we talk about.
I'm so macho that my body is ashy. You will not rub cream because you want to be a man. How does that even make any sense?
You know?
You won't shave properly. You won't take care of your parents. You will not show emotion.
You know?
It's all, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't agree with it, and I fight it wherever I see it.
And then you head over to the other extreme, where there are women who don't necessarily want to be seen as dainty. And then there is that whole, I don't know, I can't tell you how many times I've had guys, I lost somebody a few years ago, and I was speaking at her memorial, and I remembered a beautiful memory we had, and I shared that. And then after, somebody came up to me and said, yeah, like a man. So I said, why is that? He said, because you did not cry. I'm like, but I didn't want to cry. And I'm not very much of a crier. I can't tell you how many times I've had people say to me, but you are so masculine. Simply because I do not allow myself to be in a position where I am, you know, defined solely by my gender. You know?
See, I am probably one of the most feminine people I know because
yeah,
I'm
like,
very girly, but I
you're
haven't always been this way. That's the funniest thing. I'm an only girl and raised with boys. I mean, I think the first time my mother saw me with makeup, she did a thank you, Lord, because I was the jeans. I'm talking Timberlands,
you know,
lumberjack shirt, and one morning I just was like, you know what? I'm a fine girl.
I mean,
okay. I'm just going to be very fine.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But you see, my point is, we are all different. I also have my very tomboy moments, you know, more than anyone else. As much I do. Oh no, I do. As much as I love makeup and dressing up, I'm the same person that can go for a whole month without wearing makeup.
Yes.
Some people go like, oh, that means you're so vain. You feel like you're beautiful in whatever. I said, well yes. Yes, I am beautiful with or without makeup. And I'm not going to let you pigeonhole me into this glam queen who's always on fleek. No, my hair will be in Didi and I will not wear makeup and I'll go out.
Yes.
Call police. What you gonna do?
But this whole thing of, you know, you have to be a certain way, you have to look a certain way. If you're a girl, I used to do karate growing up.
Oh God, I wish I did.
Do you understand? And it was, I mean, I was fit. I was like, I loved myself.
Still very fit.
I like to be honest. But you know, my
pastor,
a mutual appreciation. We
society,
understand. We do this all the time. So, but my pastor calls my mom and says I have to stop. And she asks him why, and he says because women shouldn't do karate. Excuse me, please.
If there's any gender that should do karate, is women, because we are the ones that get preyed upon. So if there's any gender who should actually learn to actually defend themselves, if you ask me, things like karate should be
mandatory learning for girls.
For girls. Yeah. But it goes back to, they don't want you that strong.
This is another thing.
Yeah, this is. We will talk forever if they let us, because they don't want you that strong. You need to be this weak,
delicate
rescue
flower,
me, girl. You know,
exactly. Rescue me.
Yes.
You know,
rescue me.
Somebody says, "Oh, one day you will find a man who you will allow to see you vulnerable or something like that." And I told myself, I said, "Dude, the sad thing is in your mind, you think you're making sense. In your mind, this is love." You know, but this whole thing of as a woman, there's certain attributes or certain looks that you shouldn't demonstrate or be proud of. You know, like you said, you're going out, you know, in your Timbs and your lumberjack jacket and your baggy jeans and you're fine.
Yes.
And then you wake up one day, you want to be a Tuza queen, you know? And I mean...
And you should be okay with all those parts of me, because those are the parts of me. Why do you feel that you have a say in how I choose to express myself? We said that together.
Exactly.
Jinx.
This thing again, you know.
Yeah. I think, you see, social media has not helped.
Yes.
Because now everybody
and
their mama has an opinion. Before you could sit in your house, Jejo, and do what you were doing, but now, that your blouse, Seth. My blouse, my money. How? Bros, why? Look, for your size, you really shouldn't be.
Excuse me?
The ones that kill me are the fat shamers. In fact, the fat shamers, the skinny shamers, the shamers in general.
Yeah.
Just let people be now. Do your own and face front.
Because it's not going to change.
I see it progressively getting worse. That's God's honest truth. Because whether you like it, there are more and more social. I mean, right now we do almost. I said to someone the other day who was talking about a business they were starting. I was like, "So do you have an Instagram page?" I said, "I hate to sound like this because I'm going to sound very, very shallow. But if your business is not on social media, it doesn't exist.
There's no point, you know."
She was like, "Huh?" I said, "No, it does not exist. So you need to sort that out if you actually thinking about."
Yeah.
So, which is becoming more and more an integral part of our lives, which means that we're sharing more. People, the people with opinions are even more emboldened because nobody's checking them. They will, and if you're a celebrity,
it's even worse.
I feel sorry for celebrities though, because I always say, you can't come on my page and say nonsense now. You crazy? No, no, no. It's not a democracy. This is the kingdom of Boki. As in? You are a subject. You watch, and if you don't want to be a subject, you go.
Follow.
But you really don't have an opinion here. If you don't like the picture, look away. You don't have to like it. Just turn left, right, whatever it is. Do not look. But, you know, they just, and it all comes down to those insecurities. Why is this person even famous, Seth? For what now?
Oh, with our dear Bob. I mean, they mocked his looks until he established that he didn't care. Then you now find it leaching out into other parts of his life. You know? And you know that
they've helped his grandmother joined. I'm thinking, what did the little old lady ever do to him? I don't believe his family. I'm like, oh, okay, because you people hate him. You expect his family to hate him
as well?
No, that's not how it works. Although he's saying that, okay, that's just for another day. Because there's some people who their families hate them for who they are. He's so lucky. He's such a blessed child, though.
He is.
Because I see him with members of his family. They're taking pictures with him.
No, but then look at it from his angle. This child was in university. He was struggling. And a lot of people forget that he's told the story. That, you know, yes, he used to put pure water into his clothes and go out because he needed money to buy his jam forms, I think. And even from his perspective, you think about where he was, and as far as he's concerned, the more fabulous he got, the better his life became. So excuse me.
How are you going to knock that?
I will wear
because
my
it's clearly working for me. And if it ain't broke, why fix it? Exactly. You know,
admit you're a girl. No, I'm not a girl. I'm a boy who likes makeup.
We don't like it when people who we had put in a particular position
refuse to. Yes.
No, we like, you know, when people are small, we like to keep them down. You that used to. Well, I don't anymore.
Come and beat me.
Well, how come you haven't come to terms that I don't anymore? That's why I hate it when, you know, things happen. They go, is it not that girl that used to? But she used to now. She's not now. Let her be.
I also find that for a lot of people, they're more accepting of non-conformity when it's people they can consider eccentric or like this actress, Tilda Swinton.
Yes. Oh, she's very androgynous. Yeah, she's beautiful.
And she doesn't.
I think there was. I don't know. I can't remember the movie, but the premiere of some movie, she came in a tweed suit.
Yes.
I'm like, girl, no makeup. Just tweed suit looking all shades of
just gorgeous.
You know? She looks fabulous all the time. And I love the fact that she wears dresses sometimes, but you can tell that she's actually more comfortable. You know, I don't want to say dressing like a man. I hate that because it's clothes. Yeah. Anyone should be able to wear what they like. But for the interest of this conversation, dressing like a man, you can tell that that's where she's most comfortable. And she's married. It has nothing to do with her sexuality. So, because when people see, you know, girls who like to dress like boys,
that's
they automatically think
they're lesbian.
Yeah, no.
But it's not that.
You know, boys' clothes are comfortable.
Oh, tell me about it.
Boys' clothes are comfortable. Take it from me, I know. Because I've had a stage of my life where I lived in boys' clothes, and I have this stage now where I have to wear Spanx and this and that and that just to look.
And the truth is, there are people for whom their personal sense of identity is best expressed like for girls in a non-feminine fashion, and that is their call.
You remember this girl, Janelle Monáe?
Janelle Monáe. For the longest time.
For the longest time, you know, she wore pantsuits in black and white, and that was
her
it.
Thing. Yes.
Come. That's what she's wearing. It was all variants of the same
theme.
Pantsuit in black and white. I mean, recently, maybe it's because of the acting that she's gotten into now. So she's,
you know, when brands evolve, that tends to happen.
And that's fine. But that was her then, and I can remember everybody whispering, is she?
Which always, that thing, it still goes back to this putting people in a box. Because I've met people, and there's an episode here where we talk about this gaydar thing and stereotyping. I've met, and I said I'm guilty of it. You meet a girl, I know a few people who, they're tomboys to the max. And of course, this first instinct is to say they're lesbian. Well, the truth is, this is how my identity is expressed. In a shirt, in pants. I am at my sexiest like this.
There's this chick I follow on Instagram and on Twitter. Hi, Uche. Her Instagram, oh gosh, she might hate me for this, but you both should actually go and check her out. Her Instagram handle is Style Enthusiast. You need to check out her page. Oh my God. I mean, I think I've seen her in a dress once. She is so beautifully styled.
You just reminded me of somebody else's name I will not mention, but she's married.
All the time. She has short hair, which probably, you know, adds to the whole. She literally has to write it in block letters. I am not gay.
This is just
This is just how I don't like growing my hair because I like a low maintenance life. I like pants because I like a low maintenance life. You know what? I don't even have to explain myself. This is how I like to
This is
look.
my expression.
And her style is impeccable.
Yes.
I always say I wish I could dress like that, but I feel like I don't have the body for it. But, you know, it's just, but we cannot understand why a girl doesn't want to be girly. It just...
Why that to her? Because to many people, it's disempowering.
Yeah.
Especially in the world we live in. You know, where you have to look a certain way, be put in a certain box. You have these expectations that you must follow. And for some people, that is the rebellion, that I will not conform because this is not my place of power.
I will not have you deal with me just based on my looks. Or how you expect me to look. I will look the way I want to look and you will deal with it.
And that is the perfect place to round out this episode.
I love gisting with you.
You know, but you know we do this.
It's
like we have
so
much
beautiful.
fun. We have so much fun. And I'm so glad you could come.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, darling.
So much love. So much. And that's the bottom line, guys. That people will not always look the way we expect them to look. It doesn't mean that they're not individuals who should be respected, who should be loved, who should be accepted. When you get to know people for who they are, not who you think they should be, you'll discover people that you never even knew possible. You'll discover relationships that you didn't even know to expect. My name is Arit Okpo, and remember that you can follow this conversation on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Tears Nigeria. Join the conversation using the hashtag Untold Facts S2, and let's hear your opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again soon.